Hello and welcome, Desert Mountain members, to another edition of the Desert Mountain Podcast. My name is Michael Craven, joined by Kim Atkinson. Hello, Kim.
Hello, Michael.
How are you doing today?
Doing great.
I'm doing great because we're already having some laughs in here. We've got a couple of Todds with us today.
The A-team, really the Todd team.
We're very fortunate and blessed to have these two here with us today.
T squared.
We have Director of Agronomy, Todd Bohn. Hello, Todd.
Hello. How are you all doing today?
Doing great. And Director of Facilities, Todd Bruen.
Hello, hello.
Welcome to the show.
It's not often we get two of the brass in here with us.
I know. It really is VIP day today because we've done a lot of video work. We did video with Damon. That's going to come out next week.
Yep.
And now we've got the Todds in here. We're going to talk about one of the subjects that come up, except we don't talk as much as we should about it, and that is our conservation strategies. And so we work together on building kind of a list of different things that are really just part of your day-to-day. Every day you're doing things to conserve our precious resources, whether it's energy or water. And we just needed a way to talk about it and to also celebrate the soon-to-open receiving laundry recycling facility.
You got it.
Wow.
I did it.
That's it.
Bam.
Our distribution center.
Or that. It's perfect. Love it. So that's what we're doing this week, talking conservation,
Awesome.
making it exciting.
Very cool.
All right.
Happy to be here.
All right.
And by the time this comes out, the membership will have already received, I think, the video. We did an initial walkthrough with the staff here at the Fairways office.
Yep.
To kind of give them a sneak peek. I know it's not quite ready to go yet, but we got a sneak peek, and you did a great job explaining what was going on in there and what everybody was looking at. So,
All right. Well, thank you.
The walking, talking tour. So we're going to have a chance to show the members that facility too. Sometime in October, don't we have that on the calendar?
Yes, October 27th at 5 p.m.
Very good.
very good.
On it.
Wow.
All right. So conservation and water specifically and golf, the industry in general. Todd, you've done some work with the Arizona Golf Association and worked with some of the guys there in terms of really trying to just explain what golf does for the economy in Arizona and what it represents and the annual impact that we have. And I have some notes that you helped me gather. $4.6 billion of economic impact to our economy in Arizona.
That's correct.
That's a big number.
It's a wild number.
It's a wild number. Anytime anybody hears that number, but when you fly over this state, you understand why that is, or if you fly into this area because you see the golf courses. I mean, we're kind of in the golf mecca, what I include the golf mecca of the country right here.
That's right. And another number that maybe would surprise people is you see all the grass and all the golf courses when you fly over. The water consumption is a very low number.
It is. And this is even more shocking to people. I was at a doctor's appointment today, and I got in this conversation with my doctor because they heard what I do. And since I'm new to the area, I'm getting meeting new people and whatever. And it's 2%.
Yeah.
So 2% of the state's water usage is on golf courses.
Wow.
Right.
And, we get our industry gets attacked by that because people see it. But when you hear that the 2%, it's a very low number. But it doesn't mean that we can't be good stewards. And golf course superintendents spend a lot of time teaching in our profession, learning ways to be good water managers and conservationists. And I believe we're some of the best around with the technologies and the things that we're going to talk about here in a minute. But the technologies and techniques that we have now and turf types and all of that, it's come a long, long way.
It really has. So a lot of jobs, 51,000 Arizonans are working in the golf industry. That's
Got 4 of them right here.
Almost as many as employees that are at Desert Mountain, right?
Yes, it's a bunch.
It's a good amount. So, wonderful industry. Yes, we can always do better. We can always implement practices. I know that just some of the few things that we've implemented now will evolve over time. So we did put a little fact sheet together. You'll see it in the Mountain Minute this week. It'll grow. It'll always evolve, and it includes some of those things, not only on the golf courses, but then what about energy? What about electricity? What about some of those other ways that we can conserve? And what are we doing in our new facility to also conserve? So first of all, we don't use water out of Lake Mead. Isn't that like one of the biggest things when you see the Lake Mead video on the news? It kind of sends a scary, message to everybody. What kind of water do we use?
It is. It is a very scary. My family moved from the Midwest, and we were up in Las Vegas for a volleyball tournament for my daughter earlier this year, and we stopped at the Hoover Dam to look at it.
Yeah,
and it's as bad as people say. I mean, when you go see that, it's scary. But rest assured, we are blessed here at Desert Mountain amongst a lot of things that we talk about. But our water source, so we're on 100% reclaimed water on the golf courses. That comes from the city of Scottsdale. We're part of a 24 club co-op that put the system in. There's an 18-inch line that comes up from the city of Scottsdale treatment plant, and they treat our water, so it's reclaimed. So they have to treat the water. We have reverse osmosis. We have some cap water in there. We have the regular reclaimed, and they mix that all together and send it to us. The quality of our water is increased immensely from what it was early on in the process here for Desert Mountain. Our sodium levels and stuff in our water are manageable now to where we have decent quality water. It's not great quality water. You still got to manage the things that I've talked about in other turf talks, but it's good quality water. So we're part of this 24 co-op that put this line in, and we get our water from the city. And so knock on wood, right now we're in good shape with water. We can't control what politicians decide at any point. So, there could be a decision to change that that may tailor or knock us back a little bit or something on what we have. But currently right now, we don't have any anticipation of any water issues up here for us. And we're blessed to have that because there's a lot of people in the valley that aren't so blessed that are still on groundwater. So the golf courses that are on groundwater are going to be under attack here soon. Also, the other thing we have is we're under the acreage, the amount of turf acres that's required by the state. So it's going to become soon here where every golf course can be required to have 95 acres or less of turf. We are under 85 acres on all of our golf courses. So we're there plus some, which is a very good thing for us as well.
Just totally out of my own personal curiosity, that system that you're talking about, where they're using reclaimed water from City of Scottsdale, you've been working on a lot of courses across the country over your career. Is that rare? Is that common? What has your experience been with that?
Well, this is the first time I've been on reclaimed water like this.
Really?
Everywhere I've been in the Midwest has been on wells or city water. And so this is the first time. So it's been a huge learning experience for me and for some of my newer guys that haven't been on it. But a lot of the guys out here are used to it and understand it. And it's a very complex system that we bring up. We dump all the water into a pond down there at Renegade, and then we send it to our 9 tributaries across the mountain for our golf courses to use through a very intricate pumping system. And it takes a lot to manage that pumping system and moving water around all the time and running and guys coordinating the amount of water that they use. And especially in times like, we're in right now when temperatures are high, everybody down the valley is using more water. And so you have to really manage your water well. And it's been one of I think people have heard me talk about it a long time. I'm a self-proclaimed water. I really watch the water. I try to, and I try to teach my guys that and to be good stewards of the water. And that's important to me.
So something that's, I know in the works, I'm going to switch over to the other Todd. I'm not going to go with the better Todd or Todd 1 or Todd 2.
It's just known.
A little battle
It's known.
going on
It
between
is.
these
You don't
guys.
need to
known.
say anything.
Okay.
People know.
I was thinking we were going to walk in and have like thing 1, thing 2 shirts.
I do have those.
Like Todd 1, Todd, but
Yeah.
then we'd have to arm wrestle over Todd 1.
See, that's
But
the thing.
I guess you're older and got seniority, so I'll let you have it.
That I am. I know it might not look that way, but I am older.
Cue the boxing ring bell.
Ding, ding. So over to the facilities realm, this is kind of into the future, but we have noted a study that we are engaging with Arizona State University.
Yes.
Go Devils.
Yes.
Nice job.
gosh.
Is it this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm learning.
Yes.
Sport.
I'm learning.
That's right.
Wildcats.
Yeah, you guys can't even touch us
That's
on
ours.
this.
That's ours,
let's
too.
Is it?
That's the,
Oh, boy.
hit the cheer button.
All right.
Go Cats.
All
Go
right.
Cats.
All right. Sustainability study happening with Arizona State University with an entire division of
Yes.
professors and staff and a huge initiative that we're really just getting started with, which I want to talk about, and then all the things we're doing in advance of that. So it's not just waiting to work with this team, but then also the things that we're doing day to day. So first, ASU.
ASU. The ASU has a division called the Robin Mullaney Walton School of Sustainability Partnership.
Whoa.
So that's 10
Whoa.
times fast.
It is so. Yeah. However, it is the largest in the United States and second largest in the world,
Wow.
Whoa.
and it is ASU.
Wow.
Again,
Impressive.
yes.
So we partner with them. We've contracted with them for a 5-year plan, and they're starting here with the next semester. They have a whole staff team of doctorates in sustainability, and they're going to be bringing in the students every semester to create a plan for Desert Mountain, a long-term sustainability plan. So the beginning of the next semester, they'll come out here and they will assess Desert Mountain. They'll create a baseline for Desert Mountain compared to other communities and establish some goals and what we need to do, establish projects, and we will start to finish those projects every year, and then they'll reevaluate what can we do next, what can we do to reduce our carbon footprint, what can we do to reduce our energy usage, and on and on and on. It's a big program, and we're very excited about that.
So is that starting this fall?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, how exciting. Do we
Yes.
get tickets to go to the football games?
Only alumni.
Okay.
Man.
Perfect. So that's awesome.
I will concede that is pretty awesome, even though it's from Arizona State. Pretty cool.
It is. It really is. It really is. Can't argue with that. And so, but even in advance of us getting this partnership going, for years now, I've been here 5 years. I think I've heard in our senior team meetings every week, some new initiative that rolls through. We know that when we don't need power, we shut it off or we reduce our power. So how does that program work? And I know that it's something that's managed kind of minute by minute, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
We manage it every day. We have what's called an energy management system that is installed at every single clubhouse, and we're just starting to roll it out in back-of-house facilities. So it's twofold. One, we can manage the power usage and its efficiency based on usage. If there's a club event, if there's a banquet event, we can alter it. But if there's no event, if the clubhouse is going to be closed, we can set it up on a timer and turn off the power, reduce the power at every facility. And the way the software works, if we know that there's an event tomorrow at 10 in the morning and we know staff gets there 2 hours early, we can set it so that at 8 o'clock a.m. it'll be climatized to the right climate, which means it might start at 6 in the morning to get there by 8. It's a fantastic software. And the software and the system has an ROI of less than 5 years, which is
Wow.
fantastic.
Wow.
In addition, what we can do is we get alerts on our phone to understand, or if a piece of equipment, whether it's a package unit or a cooling tower, isn't running to the most efficient way it should be running, we'll get alarms on our phones that'll let us know something's going on. And there's a picture, an automated system that shows incoming temperature, outgoing temperature, and we can then determine what the problem is remotely, where the breakdown is, and we can go and fix it we can go to fix it with the right tools or replacement parts without having to diagnose it on the site.
That's awesome.
It's incredible.
So smart.
That's so
Yes.
cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
That's for every piece of mechanical and HVAC piece of equipment.
How many of those do we have?
Around 1,400.
Wow.
Holy moly.
It's quite a list.
You going to be able to compete with that type of conservation?
I don't know, man. I got a few things on my list.
You know what? He's got a lot. I got a lot, and together we got everything.
Yeah, there
That
we
is
go.
so good. I like the showdown, though.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah. Who
This is
can
good.
can
Okay.
conserve more?
Do we have a scoreboard?
That was really nice. You were very nice there, but I want to hear the next piece from the other Todd.
All right.
All right, so back to the grass.
Well, I wasn't done.
Oh,
It's also our lighting, power.
of course.
So we
keep
can
going.
do that with all the power. I mean, all the lights, not just the mechanical. So if we know there's nothing going on, we'll shut the power.
Shut it off.
Shut it off.
We don't need it.
We don't need it.
Why pay for it? Why use it?
Mm-hmm.
That's smart.
But a good transition would be what Todd does with our with APS.
Yes. So we have kind of a simpler version of maybe the power management system, but we are partnered with APS, which is our, for those that don't know, our power supplier, Arizona Public Services. And we're part of a program where they will tell us we need X amount of energy saved today. Due to the usage down in the city or in the valley. And so we've offered up that we shut down our irrigation pump stations for a certain amount of time. And it's usually towards the end of the day when our guys are gone or when we've finished our hand watering. We can still hand water and do some things. We just don't crank on any of the big irrigation heads or anything. And we get money. We earn money back through that and get better rates participating in that, and helps with the usage, and is a huge benefit for us on that side. And so that usually kicks off here in the heat of the summer when all the ACs are cranked on and everything, and everybody's trying to stay cool. So we do that, which is a great partnership.
That is a good benefit.
It's really cool. So Todd and I both get alerts, emails, texts, voicemails, all at once.
Yep.
And we know, hey, within 2 hours, we got to shut everything off.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
so it doesn't affect our members, our membership,
Yeah.
or our clubhouses, but all Todd's pumps and our back of house. So we then task our teammates to turn off the AC in our maintenance facilities.
How does that go over?
It's all right.
Yeah.
We understand the big picture.
Yeah.
Because as Todd said, we get a substantial savings from
Yeah.
APS doing that.
I was going to say that's a big part of it. We're saving the club money.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it also helps that a lot of our teams are in early, and
That's right.
this generally happens towards the later part of the day.
Yeah,
so a
they're
lot
home.
of our teams are in early when it's cool and get majority of their work done, and so it's really low impact, to be
Yep.
honest with you.
That's so smart.
So what we'll do is we'll crank it up a little bit right before, and then Todd and I sweat it out because we're typically the last ones there.
That is good.
Yeah.
Good. All right. There's one on the grass that I had never heard of. This is a very big word. Evapotranspiration. Repeat after
Yes.
me. Evapotranspiration. The big one.
Evapotranspir.
Yes.
Nope, didn't get it.
So
Not the ET in the bicycle. Not that ET.
No,
Not really.
not the ET.
No.
Okay.
This is a different one, but we talk about this one about as much as that one. So. No, what evapotranspiration? There, you had me. You messed me up.
Doggone it.
Evapotranspiration is basically the rate at which moisture leaves the ground during the day, and they measure that. We measure that at weather stations with the humidity or lack of humidity affects that. So at various times we'll have like a 1/4 inch of evapotranspiration in a day, all the way up to like a 1/2 inch is the highest I've seen it since I've been here, which is crazy. That means that we have to irrigate back a 1/2 inch that day just to make up for what left in the evaporation of that day. And then if our plants are under duress, then we got to give a little bit more. So that's how we really refine our irrigation scheduling. And really, when we talk about putting as much water as we actually need and the plant needs, like it's an actual number that we follow and try to do pretty religiously most of the time. There is one-off things that we don't do that, but by and large, our team uses that, and we get those figures off of. We have some local weather stations here on site, and then any more of the weather, the internet sites are getting so good, the weather sites and things. I almost feel sometimes like I could be as accurate as some of the meteorologists. Hopefully we don't have any meteorology members that are meteorologists, right? No, I'm kidding. But
you might be better. I don't know.
But we can. No, I don't ever want to be. But we can get pretty accurate. I've got a couple guys on my team that actually kind of dabble around in that, so I feel pretty fortunate because I feel like I kind of like on the inside, like I know what's coming. They've been pretty good. They've been pretty right. Just a little.
Always have the weather reports in the weekly Turf Talk.
Yeah. I was a lot better at the weather back in the Midwest, where I spent most of my time, than out here. It's pretty. It's pretty unpredictable. I mean, storms move different directions, and
you'll look up at 2 and there won't be a cloud in the sky, and by 3 it's like, what the heck just happened?
I'm used to everything moving west to east, and you can bank on it, or from kind of the southwest to northeast. But out here, man, like it can like come in from the east, it can come in from the west, north. So it's kind of been a learning experience for me, but pretty cool.
So the grass, you would not overwater it because you can tell if there's enough moisture in that grass already.
Theoretically, yes. Now we have on the golf courses, we have low areas and stuff where water will accumulate. Where our evapotranspiration is just an overall general number. It's not the isolated number. But then we have on our irrigation system. It's a good segue into this. Is we have the ability to single head control. So I can turn on most of our golf courses. Now, our older golf courses like Cochise and Geronimo, we don't have that yet. But hopefully here in the coming future, we will have that technology with the renovations that hopefully we'll be doing. But we have the ability on like Renegade and some of our newer ones to be able to control each individual head individually. So if we have a head on a mound, I can crank that head up a little bit more and turn the one at the base of the hill down because the water's going to, if it runs and everything. So our goal is to try to minimize as much water runoff because that's not a good use of water.
Right.
And so that's where the evapotranspiration number comes. That's where single head control comes. We utilize wetting agents as well, which are products that we use to help get the water into the ground, hold water in the ground, which is a good thing because that cuts our water usage down, the amount of times we have to water using those items.
Just all kinds of different ways to save. I saw another word that I had never heard before in a senior team meeting, and it had to do with digesters. What is that?
I'm a good digester.
Yeah, after that 5th cookie, right, Todd?
If you see me, you know that I don't have a problem digesting.
What in the world are you putting in our kitchens?
Well, it's definitely not as cool as whatever that was.
That was pretty awesome. E.T.
Yeah.
I hear
AD
ya.
is not as exciting. Aerobic digesters.
Don't feel bad about your digesters.
All right.
They're pretty cool.
I feel pretty good about mine.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Our aerobic digesters is really compost. So we started putting these out, and we have them in 3 locations in the kitchens. So what Chef B does, and our cooking staff, every food waste, everything that can be digested by a human goes in this big machine. And then it has these enzymes in it, and it grinds it up like a disposal, but naturally breaks it down, and it goes into the grease trap and into the sewer. So each unit saves approximately 500 pounds of trash a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is cool.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
And that's new. We just got those.
We just got those. Yep.
Fantastic.
So we have 3 of them, and we will introduce them in every kitchen.
Just curiosity, how many of those are in the valley? Like, I would think like a city like this, that would be like an initiative, but how many of those are right off the
I don't know. We're the first that I'm aware of in the facilities industry that's using them in the kitchens.
Cool.
It's really
cool. What made you do it? I mean, you found out about this and you just thought, let's just do it?
Let's do it. Low hanging fruit for a big, sustainability plan.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah.
And not that expensive. And it 500 pounds a week per unit.
That's a ton.
And that's, waste, landfill, man hours for our staff to take the trash, take it to the dumpster, throw it in the dumpster. It's a great thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Tell us about your new facility, Todd. We're very excited about it.
Which one?
I know there is a lot going on. The biggest and the most recent, right next door.
Our receiving, laundry, and recycling facility. Or distribution center.
Or logistics center.
It's so pretty.
I kind of like the name Ralph.
Ralph.
It's got a
Call
nice
that
ring to
internally.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're excited about it.
Great.
So it's has 3 components to it. It's our food and beverage distribution center. So we've all heard it. No more trucks on the mountain. No more of our trucks going down the loading dock at Cochise Geronimo Clubhouse. Everything's outside the gates.
Running into walls
that we repair weekly. Yeah. We have outside the gates. We have 3 loading docks, and our awesome F&B team can receive everything off property and redistribute it as needed.
How about that laundry facility?
And a real laundry.
I mean, it's
That is some
gorgeous.
serious laundry.
It is. We're excited about it. Our teammates are excited about it right now, and I think I've said it before, but our laundry is in the middle of the tennis courts, and so our staff, our teammates, they park in a no parking zone to unload it into a basket, to take it through the concrete, through the tennis courts, into a storage room that's been a laundry room ish for decades. And so now we finally have a new facility. We have 8 large commercial washing machines, 8 dryers, a brand new ironer,
They're
plenty
gorgeous.
of space.
Yep.
That's
Not your normal coin. Put your coin in laundromat over there, man. That's like the high. That's like the Jetson laundromat of the Jetsons. Or
We're not in Kansas anymore, Todd. We don't.
Oh, man. Ooh, right into that.
Thank goodness. So it's about efficiency. So
Yeah.
what we will be able to do with these new machines is we have a scale, so we'll weigh all the linen. And again, we launder every single tablecloth, napkin, spa towel on every facility here, including the chef's clothes. So it's a lot of work, and we can take it to a central location. We have one laundry service at Sonoran, but we have 2 remote ones that only have a couple washers in them. They're not that efficient, but we can take everything off property and launder it together. So we'll weigh each machine is either a 60-pound unit or a 40-pound unit, and we'll make sure we have a full 60 pounds, put it on a scale, put it in the machine.
Wow.
And the machines will then calculate the weight, calculate how much detergent that they need to distribute in the machines. We can run reports. How much are we laundering? How much water are we using? How much detergent are we using?
Once again, just right down to the pound. I mean, there's no waste. I mean, it's conservation at every turn.
You're excited. And the washing machines are so efficient on our tablecloths. Previously, we would have to put them in the washer, then put them in the dryer for about halfway, and then put them in the big ironer. These machines are so efficient; they go right from the washing machine right to right to the ironer, and they bypass the dryer.
Wow,
so energy savings right there.
Wow,
it is a nice facility,
I'm
excited to brag.
And it's pretty.
I'm taking notes over here, trying to keep up, but I don't.
I do just want to say also, not conservation related, but it looks great. And I told you this earlier, but great job on making it look like it's been there forever. You wouldn't even know it was a new building. It looks a lot like this one, but it's not a monstrosity. It fits very well where it is, and it looks great.
I appreciate that.
And it was built with efficiency in mind, too. With the masonry and the light that comes in naturally. We've seen the tour.
It's great. Our architects did a fantastic job.
Yeah, there's big skylights in there and
a lot of natural light.
Tons of natural light. Because when we did our walkthrough, we didn't have electricity in there yet.
That's right.
And
kind of didn't matter.
Didn't matter. We had no
AC.
shortage. Or AC. It was a little warm. I'll admit that. But yeah, no shortage of light.
Yeah, that's great. We also have, we can finally be efficient with our recycling. So we'll have a large 40-yard trash compactor and a 40-yard mixed recycling compactor that we currently do not have. And so we're going to take all the recycling across property, bring them to this recycling center, recycle, and our waste management will come and take our recycling away.
And this is why we call it the receiving laundry and recycling facility, because it does all of those things.
It does.
A mouthful that it is.
In one central location.
One building.
I'm
Right
only going
here.
to say Ralph.
Okay, that's fine.
That's kind of what I say too.
It's easy.
That's good.
Yeah.
Todd, other Todd, Todd 2, Todd 1. Todd 1.
Yes.
Back to the turf. You've actually had another water piece with regard to how we wash our equipment.
Yeah. So talking about facilities, that's going to be one of my areas of attention going forward here a little bit is getting our facilities up to date. We've already started with these wash bay areas. Desert Mountain had them already on site, but we've upgraded them a little bit, refabbed them because they age over time. But basically all of our wash water, when we wash equipment, anything we wash off now, hopefully after next year, will be contained in these closed loop systems. So we won't have any water leave the site that we're washing, and we'll recycle that water. So saving water usage right there, washing off. So it goes into a system. It has microbes in the system that break down separates the grass clippings out and breaks down all the unwanted chemicals or gas or whatever would be in their dirt, whatever, and breaks it down and recycles the water over a series of time, and then you use the water. They're really cool systems. We've put 2 new ones in at Renegade and Apache, and we're going to keep upgrading as our plan. We got a plan in place. And then just a lot of things that you can do on facilities with motion lights and going to LED lights and things that we'll work with Todd and his team on to help us on our side and just getting better and better. And then the turf side, we haven't talked about it, but one thing that I'm really proud about, and I've talked about it, the members have heard me talk about it because they usually smell me when I do it, is my belief in organic fertilization out here. It does a whole lot of good for the soil in and of itself, the soil geek in me, and I've talked about it, turf talks and coffee talks. But the compounding of that, putting it down, is so much better for the environment than putting a lot of these fertilizers that run off and the names and everything. The only bad thing is it just smells when we put it out. But I tell people, that's how you know it's good stuff when we put it out, because it's poultry compost or turkey compost, a lot of it. And but it really provides us a nice turf out there, a golf course. I mean, it looks nice, gives us good color, and it doesn't make the turf grow like really rapidly, and just does a whole host of things under the ground that I won't get into. But very proud of that, and grateful to our suppliers. And I hooked up with a guy a while back early in my career. His name's Joel Simmons, who is the smartest soil guy I know, and kind of worked up this plan, and I've had it with me for a while, and it's been very beneficial everywhere I went. So it takes some time to implement it, but we're on our way.
That's awesome. More good stuff.
I'm grateful to find out that smell was the compost. I thought I was going to have to pull you aside and have a little private talk with you. Just the compost.
Well, depending on the day.
Turkey Todd.
Turkey Todd.
Oh, my gosh. We have got the nicknames rolling in here.
We do.
Love it. What else? I feel like we kind of covered a lot of great conservation. We're excited to show off the new facility. Before we go, I would be remiss. There are things happening at Renegade that we cannot see, and that's okay, Todd. Tell us a little bit more about that, the clubhouse.
Yes, the clubhouse. We are continuing all of our underground work.
Yep.
The wash relocation, we have started our foundation, sewer line relocation. So we're doing a lot of underground work. So it might not look like we're going vertical yet.
Yeah.
But as of the first couple weeks in August, we'll start to see some vertical work.
Yeah. So you can't see the progress because it's happening underground, but very soon, vertical, live cam, go to the website, check it out. Maybe open a Mountain Minute on a Thursday, get the construction report.
Yeah.
It's all good.
It's exciting.
That
it's
is
gonna
so
be a fantastic
exciting.
building.
On track, still rolling through for the end of next year.
Yep. Fourth quarter 23.
Big
Still on
grand
schedule.
opening. I feel like a couple of guys might be doing some videos around that.
I
We've
can't
already
wait.
picked out our song, actually.
Oh.
We can't say what it is, but we're ready.
Awesome.
Yep. And the course and big turf talks that have been done already, but really making progress on the Renegade course this summer.
We are. We've been very blessed with some good weather, obviously, to work in, and I've got a very good head start on it. Now we just need Mother Nature to continue to cooperate and not duplicate last summer would be good for me. With we can use some rain, but not the 6.5 inches in 2 hour types of rain. But yeah, we are cruising out there. They're about 10 holes in with tilling up the old turf, and all the tee boxes are pretty well graded out and done, and irrigation in, and The range is coming together. It's starting to really grow now. The Bermuda grass is loving this humidity and this
Looks
heat,
good.
and it's really starting to fill in down there. So it's going to be a nice amenity for our golfers and to get them back out there, and excited for it.
That's so good. And there's some tours coming up for that too.
There is. In October, we're going to host some talks with our golf group leaders and with our membership, and have course tours involved with that as well.
Awesome.
So we'll be able to take everybody who wants to go out there and show them what we're doing.
Awesome.
We're still hoping to seed in September 1. To put the seed down. So I get that question a lot because people are driving by now in Cave Creek and see all the
it's not green.
that word.
Yeah.
It's not green anymore,
Yeah.
and so we're still on schedule with that. As long as it's not 120 degrees at that time, we'll hopefully be able to go. But we'll have more updates on that as we get closer.
Well, we know with the Todds at the helm, we are in good hands.
Very good hands.
So much to look forward to, so much progress. So grateful to our members, too, to give us the opportunity to do this kind of work for them and on their behalf. So just a really exciting time to be at Desert Mountain.
It really is.
Yeah. Anything else, Michael?
I don't think so.
Well, there's one thing.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Studio, great shots of the week.
Yes.
Let's go there.
Okay.
Thanks so much, Mike and Kim. And if you want to talk about the brass on the mountain, all of our shots this week were holes in one. Here we go. Let's take a look. David Resnick on Thursday, June 30th, a hole in one on number 7 Geronimo. Dr. Blaine Miller, Thursday, July 14th, a hole in one on number 8 Chiricahua. Bill Sawyer, Sunday, July 17th, a hole in one on number 3 Apache. And Ted Swanko on Sunday, July 17th, a hole in one on number 4 Geronimo. Keep those great shots coming to members. We look forward to seeing more of those next week. Mike, Kim, Todd's, back to you.
Okay, now, gentlemen, this is not, you don't have to do this, okay? You're both great. They tried to have an
Just
arm
one's
wrestling
better.
contest. I'm sorry,
They're
folks.
both great. Just one's better. And we'll just leave it there.
We'll leave it there.
That's right. Those are some great shots, too.
Yeah, they were.
Oh, my
Sorry, we got a
goodness.
little sidetracked by
Little
these gentlemen here.
with the Todds. Such great information. So grateful. Thank you for spending time with us today.
Thank you for having us.
I just think, obviously it's going to take some water to water a golf course in Arizona, and going to take some power to power a place like this. But wow, are we trying to do everything we can? It really comes across when you guys talk about it, because not only are you doing these initiatives, but you have passion for it. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, and I'll be the first one to say, at least for me, we're not perfect, and we don't have it all figured out yet. And I think he may not, but I will say, but we're always learning, and there's technologies, and we take benchmarking trips, and we do things to learn and to grow and to develop, and so we're just proud of what we do. I think both of us are of our teams, and just looking forward to getting better and figuring out ways to get better.
As are we. So thank you again. Well said. And we'll wrap it up.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, members.
See you around the mountain.